Today, on TFPmini, we're going to be making the funnel cake restaurant. Funnel cake building, I don't know, funnel cake hut. Yeah, the funnel cake hut found in the American Pavilion at EPCOT. I chose this hut because I wanted to try adding fiber optic lighting to a miniature, and this hut looked pretty small and simple. As I'm quickly finding out, small doesn't always mean simple. The real hut at EPCOT is a super tiny, 8-sided, closed-in, like a gazebo-type structure. Somehow there's always seems to be a couple of cast members packed into this claustrophobic coffin while they serve up some like nasty, stinky, oily funnel cakes. Alright, those nasty cakes are actually pretty freaking tasty according to my Americanized palate. Still, I wouldn't eat them, but I will model them, or at least the building. Anyhow, I've been wanting to try some fiber optic lights since my Tomorrowland red pole light build where I chose nano LEDs over fiber. There's a link up there for you if you want to check that one out. I modeled and 3D printed each of the 8 sides along with a center octagon to make assembly easier. I used some CA glue to assemble the hut and then had a bit of a gap here to fill in a bit. Here on the inside, I made a sort of fiber optic chimney to make fiber installing a breeze. Here's some beautiful spackling B-roll for those gaps. And then I brush the spackle off with a brush. And then I smear some more spackle in. And then I brush it off until all the gaps are filled. A hobby knife helps clean up spackle that got into the cracks where it doesn't belong. If spackle gets in your crack, a shower is a better option than a hobby knife. I repeat this a few times until it looks perfect. The better you do on prep here, the better it's all going to look later. I use an airbrush to prime all of the little parts. Then I airbrush on some color, and I masked off that cupola section since I'll paint it white later and I don't want to have to hand paint white over the dark gray roof color. Easier to mask it off now. The roof looks great as you can't tell by this blurry footage. Now it's time to hand paint those cupola sides in white and the cupola roof in a gray-green mix I made to kind of, sort of not really look like patinaed copper. And now a little brown on what would be the rain gutters had I modeled the rain gutters. And a little brown on the gutter downspout, which I actually did model. Here my pointer finger's doing double duty as it points out the 2 menu signs, still in gray, along with these 2 tiny holes for the fiber optic cable. Well, I'm glad you asked. Here's what that fiber optic cable looks like. It's 0.75 millimeters in diameter and made out of some sort of plastic. You can buy a wad of it for a few dollars on Amazon. It's that same stuff that used to come in those fun little light toys, oh yeah, like that one. Here's that fiber optic cable chimney I mentioned earlier, just a little tube so the fiber can run into the building from the bottom while staying hidden. These tiny cubes are the lights on the outside of the building. Since they're printed out of a clear filament, they should diffuse the light from the fiber nicely. But first, this hut needs to meet Florida hurricane building codes with some hurricane-proof windows made from some random plastic packaging I had laying around. It's easy to cut with scissors, then test fit, then use some tacky glue to hold them in place. Better YouTubers than me seem to say that CA glue tends to fog clear plastic, so I'll take their word for it and just use tacky glue, which works well. This is tweezer work for sure. It's hard to see on camera until you get that little glint of light on it, but if you leave these out, the model just looks unfinished. With the windows installed and passing inspection, we can finally move on to threading in the fiber. Then I'll take my 3D printed glass light fixtures and clear out the 1mm hole I printed in them with a tiny little drill bit. Using tiny pliers, I hold the light fixture, apply a tiny drop of CA glue, and insert the fiber. I hold this while blowing on it to help pass the time while the glue sets. Since this building has 2 lights, the second verse is the same as the first. Gonna get a thumbs up? Nice. I forgot to paint the soffit white, so let me just hit that real quick. Perfect. Oh yeah, and the tiny little sign that hangs on the roof needs some paint. And we're done. Let's see the final result and test those fiber optic lights out. hey there. Oh, you're still here, eh? Well, this is a little awkward because, I mean, the video's over now. Okay, hold on a second. No worries. Here you go. Here's a little something I handpicked just for you to watch.